The competitor is by nature a perfectionist, always seeking the perfect lap, the perfect trip down the mountain, shaving a 10th here, 100 there, racing the clock, reaching for milestones measured in time. Indy presents a paradox. The headlines sizzle with news of rising speeds, but the driver's focus is on lowering lap time. That is the real nature of the game. Thus, in 1919, when René Thomas became the first man over 100 miles an hour, he didn't think of the speed as much as of the time. And in 1962, when Parnelli Jones topped 150 miles an hour, the real milestone showed more on the stopwatch. It was the first time the track had been lapped in less than a minute. Tom Sneva in 77, 200 miles an hour on the track, under 45 seconds on the watch. And Rick Mears last year, his record lap took 41 seconds. If just 5 more seconds could be found on the track lapped in 36 seconds, that would be 250 miles an hour. Have a look at this graph. If speeds continue to rise as they have, 250 miles an hour could well be reached within a few years. Indeed, there are hints that this isn't as unlikely as it sounds. Last fall, Rick Mears took a basic Indy car, tweaked the engine, and ran almost 234 miles an hour.
It's fun. It's fun to do by yourself, you know, but I don't particularly care to want to race at those speeds.
Now, you might imagine that race car designers would dream of higher speeds, but Nigel Bennett, designer of Mario Andretti's Lola, thinks differently.
The cars and the technology are outgrowing the circuits, and we've genuinely tried over the last few years to introduce rules that will slow the cars down. And there have been genuine attempts because there's not one designer in the place that wants to see the cars go quicker.
And Alan Jenkins, designer of the Penske car, saw other limitations.
The limiting factors would probably be the human factors in the end. We'd be talking of drivers in G-suits and all manner of things that are current technology is forced upon fighter pilots and so forth in that kind of world. It's hard to imagine where the limits would be, really.
A car already exists, which could be a blueprint for the future. Created to publicize a new Oldsmobile engine, this Streamliner, with its enclosed wheels and cockpit, ran almost 220 miles an hour its very first day on a track, hinting at speeds in the realm of fantasy. Of course, this car doesn't comply with today's Indy rules, and what the rules makers will allow and where speeds will go is pure conjecture.
I have a feeling that there's going to be a ceiling of 220, and the rule makers will try and keep us the right side, what they see as the right side of 220.
One could design a special car to go around Indianapolis at an average speed of, I don't know, 235 miles an hour.
I'd tell you around this place, right? You know, right now, 250 wouldn't be out of the question, I don't think.